Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, right. Picture that with a Kodak. Or better yet, go to Times Square, take a picture of me with a Kodak.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you in your ass.
A historic agreement. It's called Kodak.
Took my life from negative to positive. I just want y'all to know that. Turn your machine back on!
All right, here we go. Coming to you live from my mom's basement. This is the LOLstocks podcast. Thank you, everyone, for joining us again. Guys, we're live.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Brandon?
All right, he's muted.
Hey there.
All
I'm
right.
here.
Okay, everyone's good. Okay, cool. Yeah, this is I would say this is our official launch, kind of. Last week was a bit of a pilot effort. Got some things ironed out. Today we've got some cool stuff planned. First thing I would like to talk about today is there was a bit of drama this week. And I'm going to get you caught up on that. One thing that happened was early in the week, I made a video. And I'll play that for you right now.
You need to understand that everything you do at the poker table conveys information. You can't be like,
Go fuck yourself, you piece of shit.
there's three basic characteristics. One is
If the rake is too high, it's actually better.
the other is
Fuck the pro.
when you're at a poker table, your true colors come out. Cock fuck. If you're a bad loser, that's gonna shine through.
Fucking break this fucking machine.
The third part is what I'd call discipline. It's on me. What the fuck, man? This motherfucker. You okay, buddy? It's okay. Don't worry. I'm not yelling at you. Poor puppy. He's sad. All right, you make me sit up. I'm gonna share things that I've actually never shared before.
All this bombaclat poker games you see on TV with all these people in.
For example, I look at a guy and say,
I will break your fucking teeth if you come step to me. And I will feed them to you anally.
I'm gonna teach you how to do that.
You're a sick human.
But when you smoke the ganja,
You're going to make a lot of mistakes. Learning nothing from those mistakes is the mistake. I'm Daniel Negreanu, and
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you in your ass.
So that came out, got like 100,000 views in less than 24 hours. Got Negreanu so bothered that he unblocked Doug and started getting into it with him. And then there's a heads-up match, which we might talk about later, but there might be a high-stakes heads-up challenge that may come to fruition as a result of this video. But another result of this video was that Daniel unblocked me and had some words for me. And last week on his live stream, he said this.
Go fuck your... Hold on. Sorry. I mean, literally everybody in poker's... Well, a lot of people that wouldn't say this publicly are really hoping that I kick his ass. You know, they don't want to get trolled by the guy because, you know, he's got an editor who's, like, completely obsessed. He lives in a basement somewhere and spends every waking minute searching for, you know, videos he can make to go to people. So a lot of people are like, I don't want to deal with that. All right, we're going to check full.
A lot of people don't want to deal with that. It's
That's
true.
you, buddy, right?
It's
He's talking
true.
He's talking about you.
This is why I'm coming to you live from my basement. I'm completely obsessed, and that's why I have to talk about this right now. I made a tweet. I'm not going to show the tweet, I guess, but it got a bunch of attention. But I basically said that it's a common criticism that people will say things like, oh my God, how do you have time for that stuff? You must have no life. Why did you go to all that trouble? And to that I say, I make comedy videos. And I have no shame in that. And I love what I do. And I think that... Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Basically, no shame in my game. Call me a nerd all you like. It really doesn't hurt my feelings. He got upset that I even tweeted the statement out, thinking that I can dish it out, but I can't take it. But that's absolutely not true. Call me a nerd all you like. It's fine. And that's all we got to say about that.
Thomas, what did you do originally to get blocked by Daniel?
I don't remember what exactly was the last straw. I made a GIF of him doing this with like dildos in them. I don't know if it was the handicapped parking space that did it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Am I on the show?
Thoughts?
Can you all hear me?
Yes, you belled in.
Yes. since this is a financial themed show, we actually have a trading bell that will officially begin the LOLstocks radio portion of the show. Well, doesn't work unless, okay, there we go. So now I wanted you to say this before we did the whole Negreanu thing, because not necessarily your opinions or our opinions reflect anyone else's opinions or LOLstocks in general. Do we have some sort of disclaimer just for the legal liabilities?
Yeah, all investment strategies and investments involve risk or loss. Nothing contained in this podcast should be construed as investment advice. Any reference to an investment's past or potential performance is not and should not be construed as a recommendation or as a guarantee of a specific outcome or profit. So,
thank you very much. And do we have our social media stuff up? So if the listeners want to interact with us now, later?
Yeah, sure. We got all that ready. If you want to follow Alex the intern, that's at Kid with Dream. You can follow me at Seriously Serious. You can follow Jason at LOLstocks. And of course, I guess your Love Jones this week can be followed at
Love Jones.
What? Why are you Love Jones this week?
It doesn't matter really.
Okay.
It was my favorite lingerie store, if you must know, at the Hard Rock. Back in the mid 2000s. It was called Love Jones, and it's since been out of business, bankruptcy, Chapter 11 and 13. So it's in honor of them today that I'm here.
So this week we're gonna play some more movie trivia with Alex the intern. I've got some lineups, some celebrity lineups for him to decipher, which should be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to that. We're having another free roll this week, $25 free roll. We should talk about last week's free roll, which which came right down to the wire. In which somebody got within 1 cent of guessing a stock price. That was amazing. Actually, Jason, what actually went down with that?
Oh yeah, I mean you pretty much summed it up. Bootsy Collins came within 1 cent of the closing price. Smith and Wesson.
I believe his name is Jack Herr. Not to correct my host.
I just saw him in chat as Bootsy Collins, aka Jack Herrera.
Mm-hmm.
I went with it because
right.
You got to go with your gut.
So this week, are we doing something similar, or how's the money going to be distributed?
Damn good question. Well, we had originally floated the idea of a guest coming along, but for want of a guest, good Sir Herrer has offered to pick the next reroll stock. So I think that we ought to give him the privilege, after we've granted him the golden soy future for coming so close to nailing the actual price. That's insane, by the way. Speaking of insanely EV gestures, we had a user roll through last week in chat, and he hipped us to Overstock. Overstock wasn't on my radar, and the second I looked at it, I was like, this is going to go someplace. This is an interesting piece of property. If any of our users, if any of our listeners had logged in Monday morning and put $100 on Overstock on the most exotic, the most out of the money option available, that option would have been worth an excess of $1,200 by Thursday afternoon.
So, oh my God! So you're saying 12 times our money our listeners could have made?
Yeah.
So if I would have done 1,000, I would have made 12,000.
12 grand headshot.
Okay.
10,000 I put up. That's 120,000 right there.
Yeah, straight up.
Wow.
I had already been thinking this over, and I wish I had come to this decision sooner, but I'm thinking that anytime we get a stock pick from a guest, or occasionally even people in our chat, as a rule, every week we should buy something. Just to have some skin in the game and to have a sweat. And then occasionally when things like this pop off, we can be involved too.
I think it's got to be up to our discretion if we're long or short. I made a fatal error last week of going long on a one-step stock, and it cost me sleep. That's not going to happen again. So we have to have that kind of, discretionary balance.
You don't have to go all in on it, dude. I mean, you can just get in small, just to have a little piece. Nobody said you had to get yourself killed on one step's pick.
You're saying the one step stock didn't pay off? Is that what I'm hearing?
No, it goes in the pile.
That was the free roll stock, right? That's WBI?
Yeah, he's come up with some doozies. His the stocks are rather legendary picks. If you're into that kind of opposite pick action.
That could have been an opposite pick.
It could have been. It very well could have been.
Now, seriously serious. For those that are listening live, I believe. Do we have a call number, or do we not have that yet?
Well,
How do they call in? How do we get them on?
If you want to get it through like a terrestrial landline, that's gonna have to wait until next week. In the meantime, you can zoom in, and if you want to know how to do that, go to LOLstocks.com. Check out the forum. The Zoom meeting info is there, and at my discretion, I will let people in if they want to hop on the show.
I think the delay is. Now, tell me, I'm not really that great with the technical stuff, but isn't Alex the intern ordering some kind of cable that we need? Isn't that what the holdup is? We haven't got it yet because of the virus.
Yeah, we'll get the virtual audio cable next week. I'll get it all sorted out. I just need a few hours to mess around with it.
It's Alex. It's on Alex.
It's in the mail. It's being shipped.
Yep. So, Alex, the intern, how has your week been? Tell us what's going on with you since we last heard from you.
My week was good. I was feeling a little stressed, so I took a little mini vacation, and I didn't want to fly, so I, kind of found out where I could drive to.
Well, let me say, you're looking very refreshed. Are those
Thank you.
pink flamingos on your top that you're wearing?
That is indeed.
Very nice.
Yeah, thank you.
Nothing shows relaxation more than a shirt with pink flamingos. Am I right, Jason?
I'm Skippy.
So you wanted to find a nice, relaxing vacation, or maybe like a day trip, overnight trip nearby. What were your choices?
A couple days.
Now we don't want to say where Alex lives, but it's a big mid-city, the mid-U.S. hub. Well, I know, but that's part of the fun. Like I don't say it, but I basically say it. Yeah, it's subways, a lot of crime, right?
That's true. Yeah.
Did the president?
President's not a big fan.
Didn't he threaten to take over the whole city at one point with that Lightfoot?
There's some troops in the city right now.
How far are the troops from you right now?
They're practically outside my window.
Jesus Christ. Okay, so tell us. So, what were your choices before you determined where you were going to go for your little staycation?
Well, I wanted somewhere I could drive to, and I didn't want to go to like the Grand Canyon because that's a little too far. So.
And you have a fear of heights, if I'm not mistaken.
That's true. I'm afraid of heights, so I wanted something that's on the ground. 5 stories tops. So, I went to South Dakota, and I went to a place called the Corn Palace, which I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but
never heard of it.
You don't know Corn Palace?
Sonatine, are you familiar with this Corn Palace? Be honest now. We're on the radio.
No, never heard of a Corn Palace.
Thomas, you know about this Corn Palace?
I mean, I'm looking it up right now, and it appears to be a literal palace with a corn mascot and a salute to the military. I mean, I'm still pretty lost as to what this is.
For the listeners, this isn't a rehearsed skit. We really, honest to God, have no idea what any of this is. So we had like a little meeting, yesterday, and Alex was telling us, "Oh, you just got back from a Corn Palace." We're like, "Stop! Don't even tell us no more. I'm serious. We don't want to know. This is going to be on the because this is a financial show."
Is it a festival?
No. So it's the only Corn Palace in the whole world, if you can believe it or not.
So how far is the drive? First of all, let's back us up a bit.
Oh, it's a quick 10 hours from where I am.
Okay, and someone with you with a small bladder, did you have to stop infrequently?
Yeah, you have to make a couple stops.
Okay.
It's not literally made of corn, is it?
Yes, the outside is made of corn husks, and every year they redo it. So every year there's a different facade.
What about crows? Is there a crow factor here?
That's funny. Tell us about the crow factor.
How do you protect your Corn Palace from crows?
Well, they have various security mechanisms that they don't really go into detail about, but I'm sure it's, a very secure facility. And, inside there's various corn-related entertainment that's going on, various activities related to corn that you can participate in.
Okay, so 2 questions. Number one, if I went there with a lady friend, hypothetically, and we fornicated and we had a child bared from the Corn Palace, would that be a child of the corn? Okay.
It would be a child of the corn, yeah.
What is the entrance admission fee for this?
It's, like $40.
Okay, and what is that? So what do you get? Just give us a walkthrough. What do you go? You go there, you pay $40. What do you do?
Yeah, I mean, it's a corn palace, so there's various corn-related entertainment, and
such as what? What's
various activities you can participate in that are
like
related.
What? Give us an example.
Is this a sex club, Alex? Is this
no, it's completely asexual.
What kind of corn entertainment's out there? That's what I'm asking.
Okay, so like for instance, paint by numbers.
No, I don't.
You don't know paint by numbers?
No, buddy, I don't. Never
make
heard
a
of it.
painting, and there's colors telling you what numbers to
No.
paint it.
No.
So they have that, but for corn.
Okay.
So they have all your regular entertainment stuff, but it's all goes back to corn.
Let me guess. Is a snack bar or restaurant? Is it all corn dominated too?
Yes, there's a big eating area, and yes, any type of corn you can imagine, cornbread, corn salad, corn everything.
Was this worth the 10-hour drive?
Yeah, I do it every year, and it's good to get away and
Every year.
observe the various corn murals.
A quick search on Google. There was one person. First review I'm reading. He said that he was at the Corn Palace 20 years ago. He forgot how awful it was. He's pissed off that he was trapped. It fell into the trap of going back with his family. The only redeeming quality of this Corn Palace is they have clean restrooms. That's on Google. Can you comment on this?
Okay, so a couple of things about that. I mean, first of all, we have to understand is when you're eating corn for a weekend, it's important to have high quality bathrooms. So that's actually very important to have a clean bathroom, which they do. I was a big fan of their restrooms. And look, not everybody's a fan of the Corn Palace, but there's some people who really get into it. And,
Wait, is corn a laxative?
well, corn does various things to the body that can cause a bathroom to be, necessary.
Right. So, I guess it's important if you do go to a Corn Palace that the bathroom is up.
Yeah, it's important. Absolutely.
Is there a corn themed hotel, or do people just go to in the city somewhere and stay?
There's various hotels that are kind of cater to it, but I wouldn't say
it's not like a hotel made out of corn or corn in the room. It's like a Howard Johnson or Marriott, like Days Inn, like that, right? Those kind of places.
Yeah. I mean, it's a big tourist attraction. They get probably 1 million people a year visit it. So,
Okay, there, and is everybody kind of bonding with each other over the corn? Is there a sense of
absolutely. There's a sense of camaraderie, and it brings people together.
Now, even during a pandemic, would you say it's even safe to go to a Corn Palace right now?
Well, as you heard from that review, they take cleanliness very seriously, and I felt very safe there.
Were people playing their corn games with the social distancing and masks on?
Yeah, I mean, there was cornholing going on and other socially distanced activities.
All right. And you say you do this once a year. I thought this was your first time.
No, it's like my 5th time now. It's kind of like a ritual.
And do you always go by yourself, or have you ever taken guests with you?
For me personally, when I, have my corn ritual, it's something that's, kind of personal to me. So I like to go alone.
I'm going to have to insist, by the power of God Almighty, that you stop and explain what a corn ritual is. This is important.
Well, there's just the Corn Palace elicits certain emotions, and it's almost like a spiritual journey for me.
And so 5 years ago, you had a corn awakening. And
I think it's fair to say.
Another movie that you've probably never seen, where a guy becomes obsessed with a shape and he finds out it's. Never mind. We'll save that for later.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't understand the reference.
Okay. Now, going in a totally different direction, it's August 2nd right now, 8 o'clock or 8:02 on the Pacific time zone. There was some mention inadvertently, or not inadvertently, I guess it doesn't matter, but there was some mention on our pilot episode last week that one of my prestigious co-hosts and the owner of LOLstocks.com has not left his compound since March. So we need an update on that now, or before I even have a running total of how many days, let's just even see if the streak is intact. Now we're on August 2nd now. Since we were on the air a week ago today, have you left the compound?
I haven't even considered it.
Perfect. So seriously, can we maybe for next week put like a big graphic, like 104 days?
Yeah. Days since.
Yes, days since.
We'll get a counter going.
Yeah, please. Okay, let's do that. So I think do we have an exact date? I remember you said it was early March, but do we kind of know when? Was it like?
I looked it up. I know why I left the house. I know what I had to do.
Because
so,
we're roughly around day 150 now. I want to see how long you can go. Because there's some side bets. Not going to tell you who's, but anyhow. So you haven't left. It's not even that you haven't left. You haven't even considered thinking about leaving. Is that correct?
I have no need to. Above and beyond, like, the attendant boredom and sense of rote. I mean, I'm just here.
You have every toy. You look at that. You have a bonsai tree to the right of you. It looks so peaceful.
Power arrangement. It's I'm good here.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, it's a where am I going to go? Where am I going to go? I'm in the Hudson Valley.
Sure. Now, I believe we have a listener who's very familiar to the communities, and if you don't know him, he's great. I'm going to have him call. Are we ready to take someone zooming in?
Yes, anyone's welcome to join. If they
Okay,
can get in,
Tom.
if they can get in through the Zoom app, go to LOLstocks.com, the radio thread or the podcast thread for this show.
Okay.
Should be up now.
Thomas,
with
what about
instructions.
you? What have you been up to this week?
Not a lot, man. I mean, aside from feuding with Daniel Negreanu, I've been pretty sick, so haven't been too busy.
You look well, though.
Thank you. I'm feeling a lot better.
Good. Okay, so 2 minutes, he's going to zoom in. I'm going to send him the password. We'll have a little surprise. Some of you are going to be familiar with him from other parts of the community.
Oh, maybe he can join us for movie trivia with the intern.
Oh, okay, good. I have some really good questions for him tonight. I actually did some.
Oh,
research.
you have some too. Okay,
well,
cool.
I came up with some movies that I know that we haven't done yet.
Okay.
I think will really be. Yeah, of course.
Okay, cool. This is what I've been looking forward to all week. Actually, is I've got my picture lineups, so I'm going to share with you guys in on screen for the viewers the photo lineups.
Now,
and I got 3 of those.
I hate to talk about what do they call it? They call it the 1,000-pound elephant in the room, or is it 2,000? How many pounds is that elephant that they say is in the room? Saltine.
I don't think they weigh it.
Okay. Now, a lot has happened in the last week, and this kind of podcast that we're doing, we want to be very transparent. And with everything that's going on in the world, wouldn't you all agree transparency is very important right now? So before we did our pilot episode last week, Alex, the intern, he was what you call, like in terms of the internet, podcasts, like a bottom feeder, like a troll kind of, but a funny, cute little troll. He was like one of the people that you kind of hear but never see. But a lot has happened in the 7 days since, and Alex's.
Where is this going, Brandon?
Well, Alex's pilot performance was met with critical acclaim.
Okay.
So now Alex is he's basically become the early star of the show. And in that week, I think Alex's britches has gotten a little bit too big for him now. Okay, that's why he's.
In what way?
Okay, how many people recognized you at the Corn Palace? Tell the truth. There were 3 people that came up to him at the Corn Palace and said, "Are you from the LOLstocks show?" Anyhow, Alex, we just tell you think you're kind of getting a little too big now. We got to get you back to reality.
Okay. Right.
You are the intern. Okay, there's a reason.
That's true.
You are the intern.
Yeah, unpaid intern for now.
Yeah. No, but anyhow, in all seriousness, Alex was the breakout star of the pilot, and he knows it. Look at that little grin on his face. He's wearing pink flamingos. Anyhow, so can you explain for those that maybe weren't here for the first show or didn't watch it yet, Thomas, what exactly we do with it? What the special skill set Alex has that makes it so entertaining? Can you give our listeners an idea of what we're even talking about?
Are you talking about in regards to pop culture?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, okay, so Alex's superpower, I guess it's like a reverse superpower, is that he is...
It's called a weakness.
He is staggeringly ignorant. Yeah. He's like an Unbreakable. He's Samuel L. Jackson's character. And by the way, Alex will have no idea what I'm talking about, where Bruce Willis has superhuman strength, and Samuel L. Jackson is just incredibly weak and shatters bones at a moment's notice. Alex is staggeringly ignorant of movies, actors, television shows. He can't even recognize most famous actors that you would throw in front of him, which is why it should be very interesting to play sort of like Laden thinks, but as far as movies.
Yeah, that's fair to say.
And if our guest is not going to be coming, then why don't we just go ahead and get into that now?
Okay, he's going to be coming in. Now, let me just ask one question. I'm just getting a text from a listener, a live listener, who's saying that they wanted to, before this show, watch the first show. So they'd be all caught up. They missed the first show, and they're not seeing it on our channel.
Oh, I said it. Yeah. I mean, I kind of just took it down. I delisted it. I said it's a private.
Well, why would you do such a thing?
I don't know, because it's like our pilot show. It was.
What happens if someone missed it? That someone we had a listener.
I'll put it back up.
We had a listener who sat down at their little table, okay, and they're in the greater New Jersey, Hoboken area, and they said, "Well, you know what I'm going to do tonight? I'm going to tune in to the pilot, so then when we go live at 7:30, I'm all caught up."
There's no continuity. I mean, it's not like.
But That's what the okay.
The LOL Stockman's podcast is not serialized, so I think they'll be just fine hopping into. This is like our official first episode.
Yeah, but in fairness, we're telling people to check him out. We're cultivating this, vast empire of, loyal listeners. So we should have him on.
All right. And Trader Ruski, I know you're listening. You got like a minute or so to call in now before we do. If you want to call in now, or he can call in while we're doing the Alex segment. Just kind of.
It's fine. I'll throw him in at some point.
Yeah. Okay, Trader Ruski. The what's the meeting ID? Can someone read it? No? Okay, Trader Ruski. It's on the. I'll just text it to you. Okay. Jesus. So yeah, let's begin with the Alex. You're right. It's not. I wouldn't even call it a superpower. It's like what was it? What was the adjective you used, Thomas?
I said it's a weakness.
Well, I know you said no. Thomas said something pretty funny. He said it was a debilitating something.
I don't remember what I said. We'll have to roll the tape back at some point.
Yeah.
All right, let's get started. So in the Zoom chat, I will go ahead and paste this link.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. Every time we do a show, let's just hide it, because if we do it that way, we'll make sure no one ever finds out about us.
Okay, Alex, do you see the image?
I see yes.
All
There's
right.
3 people.
Okay, there's 3 people here on your screen.
The viewers, I assume, can see it, right?
Yeah, the viewers can see it as well. Of these 3 men, one of them is Captain Kirk from Star Trek. And that's all you need to know, and that's all I'm going to tell you. So firstly, A, B, or C, can you determine which one it is? Actually, wait. Don't answer that, because I'm already fucking the game up. So, Jason, will he be able to guess the correct person? And 2, would he be able to name the actor?
I'm going to say yes, he's going to guess the correct one, but for some reason he's not going to name the actor.
Okay. Go ahead, Alex.
Okay, so I'm a big fan of Priceline, and
okay.
So I'm going to go with A. The first character is
Okay, A is correct. You just because you recognize him from Priceline commercials.
Yeah, I understand. I know him from the commercials, and
can you name the actor?
His last name is Shatner.
Okay, I'll accept it. That's
wow.
correct.
Like Bill Shatner. Bill Shatner.
Yep. I mean, that's William Shatner. Some people call him Bill. That's correct. Great job. Great job. I'm very impressed. Okay. Lineup number 2.
By the way, I love the Chariots of Fire theme in the background. That's great.
Yeah,
Okay, I don't know who those other 2 guys are.
It rotates between it rotates between several Oscar
I can tell.
movies. Alex, do you see the second image?
Yes.
Okay. This 2-time Oscar winner also has a pair of Golden Globes and a Tony Award. He has starred in such films as Philadelphia, Training Day, Man on Fire, and The Pelican Brief. We're talking about man number A, man B, or man C.
And do we want to ask somebody if I'm going to know? Brandon?
Right. Brandon?
No, he's not. Oh, jeez. Look at Alex. I'm trying to get a read. You know what? I read him for strength now. I think he's going to know.
Okay, do you think he's going to be able to name the actor?
Yes, I think he'll know the actor. Yes,
okay.
That's what I'm waiting on.
All right, Alex, go
I
ahead.
see strength on him. Those little flamingos.
Well, Brandon, your read is not very good because...
Come on.
I don't recognize these people.
You don't recognize any of these people?
Definitely not 1 or 2. Number 3 could be Will Smith. Is that right?
Damn it, I'm going to lose again.
Sorry, I shouldn't react.
Yeah, I'm drawing a total blank.
Well, just guess. I mean,
Well,
it's multiple choice, you can guess.
Okay, well, I'm going with C. I'm going to say that's Will Smith.
Yes and no. It is C. That's Denzel Washington, so...
Oh, okay.
Okay. You get half points there, Brandon.
I think we have someone in the waiting room. I'm getting a message that we have someone in the green room waiting.
Okay, sure, I'll let him in.
Is that okay? There he is. Oh. Well, we'll edit it in the archives. Trader Ruski, are you here?
What's up, boys?
Oh, look at him. He's on camera for the first time. There he is. You look great. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good.
You're just in time. You're just in time to play or vote on Does Alex Know segment. Now,
Okay, and I missed part of it while I was switching devices. What was the question? I did see the images.
Do you understand the superpower or lack of superpower that Alex has?
I think I got it from the first from a few of the comments earlier.
Yeah, so he knows nothing about pop culture, movies. I mean, he knows some things, like if it's right in front of his face. So, Thomas, do we have one that we could do again and ask if Trader Ruski knows?
I have another visual lineup, yeah, but you had some too, right? That you had prepared?
I don't have a visual lineup. I don't even have a virtual audio.
No, not a visual lineup, but you have some movie.
Of course I do. Should I do mine? Or?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, I'll do mine. Now, this is gonna be. Hey, look at you! It's very nice. Is that a real view of Santa Barbara or wine country?
It is. This is
Wow.
Gosh.
Look how pretty wine country looks, guys. Alex, tell me, does the corn palace look that pretty?
Oh wait, here. That's wine country out there.
Wow. Beautiful. Okay, so Trader Ruski. Oh my God, you're actually playing the theme song to the theme song to the movie I'm about to ask is actually playing right now.
Okay.
Not that would even give it away to him.
It's not going to help him at all.
No,
so
not at all. Okay.
It's fine.
So this is a question. Trader Ruski for Alex. This still alive celebrity won an Oscar for a movie in the late 70s that then was so popular there were 5 sequels afterwards. Okay? He then had another hit of movies in the early 80s, mid 80s, late 90s with another title that spawned 5 sequels. Okay? Very popular movie. Both of them. Do you know what I'm talking? Do you have an idea of what I'm talking about?
And I think Alex is gonna get it.
Okay. So he's like the only one I know that literally has had 2 blockbuster franchises. First one again started in 1977, won an Oscar for him. Then it spawned 5 more movies of the same name. Then he started another franchise, so popular, 5 more movies. Trader Ruski, you think Alex will know?
I do.
The actor? Okay, will he know 1 or 2 of the movies?
Oh, the actor. Okay, hold on.
Well, we're gonna do the actor. If he knows a movie, he knows the actor.
Yeah, true.
Will you know one of the franchises, both or none? That's what you're wagering on.
I'd say 1. I'll say 1.
You're
okay.
a dish. You're a...
And the theme song was just playing.
That is not nearly enough information. He's got no clue what you're talking about.
Well, let's just see. He thinks it's 1.
Right now. I'm trying to think of movies that had 5 sequels and are also older.
I think he might be able to dig this one out. I mean, he's definitely past it if he's ever had cable. He's flipped past it at some point.
Well, I don't have no cable, you know that.
Yeah. Nothing.
I'm drawing a blank.
Okay, do you need one more? Do you need one more hint? Okay, before
movies, so.
Well, okay, this actor before he became a famous actor, he was also known for being a muscle guy, a bodybuilder kind of guy. It's not Arnold Schwarzenegger, I'll tell you that, but very similar. That he competed in,
He's a bodybuilder.
Before he became a famous actor, but he's older now, but he's still a very famous action star that's alive.
William Shatner.
No, and we were wrong. Thomas, I mean, even with the small information I gave him, how can I phrase it where it's not going to give it away?
You need to tell him it's about boxing and.
But that's so easy.
No, it's not.
Okay,
Alex, does boxing help?
Yes, it does. Of course, he's not.
Like a Muhammad Ali movie.
See,
five sequels. Come on.
Yeah, it's Ali 1, Ali 2, Ali 3.
Rocky.
Okay, see, boxing gives it away. Alex, you have to at least try here. You can't.
I am trying.
You think just 5 Muhammad Ali movies?
I don't know, maybe.
Okay. But when he said boxing, did you know right away?
No,
he didn't know right away. He guessed Ali.
Rocky, but I don't know the name of the actor.
Okay, do you know the other franchise? Oh, you don't know the name of the actor? Oh my God. All right. Well, you know what, Trader Ruski, tell him the name of the actor.
Sylvester Stallone.
Oh, okay, I've heard of him.
All right, let's go to our next visual lineup.
And let me just say, by the way, after I could just see 10 years down the line, Alex hanging out with you guys. The book's going to be called From the Corn Palace to the Porn Palace.
Yeah, it's fine. It's cute.
All right.
All right, Alex, do you have the next image?
Let me pull it. All right, I got it.
All right, you got it. Now, this actress has been nominated for 21 Academy Awards, and she's won 3. That 21 nominations is a record. She's also been nominated for 32 Golden Globes and won 8. That 32 nominations is a record. She starred in Sophie's Choice, Kramer vs. Kramer, Bridges of Madison County, and The Devil Wears Prada.
No chance.
You don't think?
No chance.
He's not going to get it.
I'll buy you a pizza. I'll buy your whole family a pizza. I'll ship it to your basement. No chance. No, you're like literally 0.0. As much as
No. It's 1 in 3. Like, he could just guess and have no idea.
He doesn't even know that. He doesn't even know that name. No chance. Unless he's googling it just to spite me.
Well, first he just needs to pick 1, 2, or 3, and then after that, you're saying there's no chance he'll be able to name her.
He can't name her. Right.
Do you think he can name any of these people?
No.
Okay.
No
faith.
I definitely recognize the second lady.
Well, I can't even see the ladies, so
I know what... It's on our Zoom chat, dude.
How do I... Oh, it's in the chat. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
That's Betty White, who is prolific on Twitter. So I know her, and she was in Golden Girls.
Okay.
I wouldn't expect her to have that many nominations to be setting records, so I'm going to rule her out. These other 2 ladies, I don't know.
I see it now. Okay.
You know, she has a lot of nominations, so she's probably older, and out of those 2, number 1 looks the oldest, so I'm going to go with number 1.
It is incorrect. They're roughly the same age, by the way.
Okay. Well, she looks a little older.
I think they're both in their 70s.
Well, let's just reverse it a bit here. What percentage would you put that Sonatine knows the 2 unnamed ladies?
Like 90%.
90%. Let me look at them. All right, I think he knows them both too. Sonatine, do you know them both?
You know what's funny? Like, yeah, I do actually. It took me a second because I blanked on one of their names. But yeah, I let's go here. Or are we ready?
I'm sorry?
Do I actually name them?
Yeah. Who are they?
Sally Field, Betty White, Meryl Streep.
Very good. Ding, ding, ding. Good job.
I'm going to say it's Meryl Streep.
Good job, Alex.
Now,
really well done. Way to dig it out.
Yeah.
Do you think
who that first lady is?
Do you think we need to lower the difficulty level for this?
I thought. I mean, okay. So you didn't see the second image, did you? Did you see number? Did you see number 2, Brandon?
I saw the one with the 3 older women.
Okay, no. Look at the second one. I thought this one was pretty easy. Because 2 of them aren't even really actors.
Like baseball players?
I mean, I know who all 3 are.
Alex doesn't know who any of these people are. So I think we can start mixing, adding musicians into the mix. Because Alex just doesn't know who anyone is, apparently.
Alex, well, maybe it's just time frame, right? Because how old are you, Alex?
I'm 29.
Oh.
No, he should still know. He should. Most 29-year-olds.
Alex, is there...
Not like 23.
Is there a specific genre of films that you like watching, that you like?
Yeah, I mean, I like more obscure films and documentaries. I just recently saw a tickling documentary.
Okay, we're gonna have to talk about this tickling documentary, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so how about this? I'm gonna name a documentary, a famous documentary, and I'm gonna ask Alex. I'm gonna ask Alex if it's true or false, and you could just tell me. Some of them will be true and they'll be crazy. Some of them will be false. Okay, do you understand the game? Okay, this was a documentary, okay, of a Cuban chef and his lifelong dream to bring good sushi to the people of Havana, Cuba. The name of it was Castro Dreams of Sushi. Is that a real or fake documentary?
He's gonna know that.
That is a fake documentary because the real one is Jiro Dreams of Sushi, which takes place in Japan.
But wouldn't it be kind of cool if they did one with the guy from Havana, like fighting the communist regime, trying to get the people of Cuba sushi?
I think it's pronounced Hero.
Okay.
Well.
All right, so he got that. Okay, why don't you try one, Thomas? Give him a documentary, either real or fake, and see if he knows the difference. Which one it is?
Sure. Okay. So I think his name is Ryan Spurlock. Made a documentary about eating McDonald's every single day for a year to see what would happen. I think it was called Super Size Me. True or false? Brandon, what do you think?
Yes, it's true. I've seen it.
That's not what you're supposed to get.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, he would know that. Yeah, I'm sorry. I fucked that one up.
I would have known that.
I knew he would have known that. Okay.
This is my sweet spot. I know documentaries.
2008. Was there a documentary called?
Don't even say the name. Just describe it.
I've never seen it.
Okay.
Even whether it's real or not, I might not know it. Was there a documentary in 2008 called "The Mystery of the Flamingos"?
Should I just say?
I mean, have you seen it? Is it real? I could be making it up.
Oh, I mean, you're clearly looking at my shirt and trying to come up with titles.
So what is the vote?
I'm gonna say it's false.
No, it actually is true. The Mystery of Flamingos is a 2008 British-American nature documentary that explores the great gathering of lesser flamingos, which occurs every year in Tanzania.
So you're a documentary guy. Like, have you heard of like Making of a Murderer?
Yes.
Okay. Have you seen
American? Documentaries I'm a lot better on.
American Vandal?
Yep.
Okay.
Seen that?
Okay. So this is just literally all you watch on TV.
Unbelievable.
I wouldn't say it's all I watch, but it's something I know a little bit.
I bring up American Vandal, and I think most people have probably not heard of that. It's not like obscure or anything, but it's not like super popular either.
What about celebrities, actor, or we know actors? What about musicians and things of that nature? Are you just as ignorant? So if I sang this song lyric to you that goes, and I don't sing very well, but if it went something like, "Don't be fooled by the rocks that I got, I'm still Jenny from the block," would you know who sang that?
Well, it sounds like Jenny Lopez.
You call her Jenny Lopez. That's so cute.
You're like that.
That's so cute. Okay, if it didn't have the Jenny from the block in the actual, that's why I said it, because I want to give you a hint. Would you have known? If I sang any other lyric from that song?
Probably I wouldn't have known.
Oh my God.
I would have heard the song, but I wouldn't know who sings it.
So listen, this has been, does anyone have any more for him? Any more prepared? I mean, I think we just have to lower the bar, as amazing as that may be.
Yeah.
Now, Alex the intern.
They did pretty well.
Besides being the new star, the breakout star of season 1, look at the smirk on his face. I love it. The little flamingos. You went to the Corn Palace.
Yes.
Our producers told us that there's something else that happened monumental in your life in the past week. Do you want to expand?
Do you want to expand?
Well, do you not know what I'm talking about?
Alex is trying to sell his car. Okay, let's just get straight to the point here.
You know, honestly, I blocked that from my memory. Yeah.
No, nothing happened, Brandon. I don't know what you're talking about. Nothing in particular happened. Here, let me show you guys the car that we're talking about. But, you know, Alex, can you walk us through, you know, some of the features and perks of this car that you're trying to sell?
Well, this is my Mazda, which I've had for a year now. And, you know, I'm looking to get rid of it. So if he wants it, it still starts. The AC works, the radio works. It does need new tires. You can't drive it right now, but that's an easy fix.
Okay, but she still runs.
Yeah.
Okay, the car's...
most of those scratches, in your opinion, will they buff right out?
Yeah, you need to just... There's some scratches, but you can scrape it.
Now tell the listener, the viewer, what happened here? Tell us what went on.
So I have a few cars that I rent out on a car sharing platform, and a gentleman rented my car and then got into a little accident, and then he fled the scene, And yeah, I got an email that my car is at an impound lot.
So you own a boutique up and coming car business based in a Midwest city with a high crime.
Yeah,
thing.
large West City with a high crime.
And I bet there's a lot of lack of cars because of public transportation, subways, buses, and such. Is that correct? Is that a fair statement?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're doing this. How did this person rent a car? Did he use a fake ID? How did this happen?
So I believe he set up an account under a fake name because the name that he used is Kevin Johnson. And between you and me, I don't think his name is Kevin Johnson.
Probably not.
I could be wrong.
To your knowledge, what did he do while he had the car in his possession? Be honest now.
Well, to my knowledge, I'm not sure what activities he engaged in, but...
Well, hold on. I thought when we had talked off air, you had told our producers a different tune now.
Well, some people would say that it's likely he's a drug dealer.
Okay. Well, I think you had said your exact quote was he had driven, because you have like a little GPS printout. You said he had driven in some unsavory neighborhoods.
He was in some rough neighborhoods, yeah.
And then apparently he just smashed the car and left it there, just got out and left it. Is that kind of...
Yeah, he got into a car accident and then just walked away and left the car there.
And we don't know to this day what he hit. What was the other end of the crash? Is that correct?
I have no idea any details about the crash other than my car was found abandoned.
So now we bring to you, the LOLstocks viewer / listener, a chance to own this car. Thomas, can you please describe what we're going to do here?
I mean, she's ready, like Alex said.
I mean,
anybody wants to contact me, I will accept cash or interesting trades, whatever it takes.
Interesting trades.
Best offer.
Can we put his Twitter bio up again? Do we know how to do that?
Yeah.
Control board?
Well,
that's how you're going to get a hold of Alex.
Well, it doesn't work because we have a fifth caller now, so it's messed up.
Okay.
But,
Kid
with Dream.
Okay.
Kid with Dream.
And that's at a Twitter. That's a Twitter account?
Send me a message and... Yeah, it's my Twitter account.
And just to give the viewer / listener an idea, what kind of interesting offers might you entertain? Not necessarily for sure, but might. Like, say I had like a whole pond of goldfish. Would you entertain that?
Probably not goldfish, but I mean, if somebody had 30 to 40 bushels of corn, I would probably take that.
Yeah. Okay. It's funny. Jason, what do you think about this? I mean, it's crazy. Yeah, the kid is starting a boutique car business. He's doing a podcast. Some might say he's experiencing an all-time lifetime high. I mean, he's doing so well. He's going to corn palaces during the week. Who goes on day trips during the week? All of a sudden,
palace lifestyle, you're gonna get some smashed cars.
Yeah. Did you see the pictures? Jason, did you see the pictures of the car?
I did see pictures, and I'm kind of thinking maybe we should just make it part of the free roll prize and just.
I'm willing to donate it, I think, to the free roll.
Okay.
So this week's free roll winner gets the car.
Yes, but they have to come and they have to pick it up themselves.
Of course. Okay.
You have to drive it away.
That's fair.
What year is the car?
That's a 2017 Mazda, low mileage.
Okay. Can you describe the interior?
The interior is great. I mean, it's spotless.
Now, when you were speaking with our producers before the show again, you had stated though that when you opened the car, there was a certain distinctive aroma. Can you describe the aroma?
There's a pleasant air freshener smell.
But can you be more specific?
I am not sure what you're referring to. But
you said it smelled like a cannabis air freshener type smell.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's a little cannabis smell.
Okay. All right.
After this pod is over, I'm gonna retitle it on YouTube, "Giving Away a Free Car," in all caps. Okay, and we'll announce that in our on the website and on the forums that we're giving away a car, because that is now true. We're giving away. Hey, I mean, we've come a long way. From last week we had a $50 free roll. Now we're doing $25, but we're tossing in a car.
And
the bar's been set high. I don't know what we're gonna do for next week.
You didn't hear it from me. You didn't hear it from me. But there's some rumors floating out there for the season finale. You're gonna be able to win an all paid expense trip to stay on Sonatine's compound for a weekend with him. Now, Trader Ruski, I don't know if you know this, but Sonatine has not left his compound. This is true. Since early March. We're going to have an exact date. Okay, we don't know if you know that. So to get some people, a listener, a viewer out there to the city, this, he lives in the rural community, stay on that compound with him for a weekend, that's a big prize.
That's like the huge grand prize, right?
Yes, it is. Now, Sonatine, I also heard that if we do indeed come to terms with the liability, with the insurances and whatnot, because obviously that's going to be the big issue, you even agreed to prepare a world-class dinner for your guests one evening. Can you give us a brief idea of what menu items you're thinking about so far?
Got a lot of things. The problem is that it's hard to get quality jelly beans right now. So when you're doing like a classic French style milk steak, you got to kind of compromise. We may have to rely on gummies. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
So I don't want to get too committed to any one particular culinary masterpiece when so many things up in the air.
Fair enough. Now, also, Sonatine, we have more big news. Starting next week for episode 3, you're going to be bringing a new segment to the LOLstocks radio show, a network of shows. Can you tell the viewer, listener, what they can expect starting next week?
Yeah, so the segment is called "What the Fuck," and it's just going to be basically, between 30 seconds and 30 minutes of me just discussing anything that week that really ground my gears, and pretty much everything is grinding my gears right now. So. We're going to get into the Fed. We're going to get into repo injections. We're going to get into, I don't know, Apple going up 10% when, because they're coming out with a shittier laptop than usual. So it's going to be a real, cultural touchstone for our generation, I think.
Wow.
I'm looking forward to the MacBook one.
Very, 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 very interesting. Now, before we came on the air, you had mentioned something. I'm learning from being on this show. I don't know a lot of this stuff. Now, you had told me about some girl that was in the market named Lulu. Now, who is this Lulu girl you were talking about before?
Okay, I can't do justice to this story, so people are gonna have to Google. But Google the words Becky Stocks. There's a legendary story that early on, a bunch of kids, I think on Wall Street Bets, decided that they were gonna, the quintessential Becky. What does a Becky want? She wears, for example, Lululemon pants. So they put together this master list of all of the Becky stocks they could find, and they sunk money into all of them, and they got delightfully rich. Becky stocks are a thing. So Lululemon, Lulu, is doing a thing. If you look at it on the stock charts, and again, I apologize. We're going to next week try to make this a little bit more visually satisfying, but work with me on this. You'll see that it's basically compressing. It's turning into a point. We had larger amplitude about 7 days ago in kind of the oscilloscope movement. It's getting smaller, smaller, smaller. If you think of the stock as a collection of energy, when it gets compressed into a very slight space and starts ping-ponging back and forth, what you are looking at is usually a breakout about to happen. So if you look at Lululemon, it's all these swings are getting tighter and tighter, and we're coming to a head. If Lululemon breaks past, I'm going to say like 328.50 tomorrow, or breaks below 317.50, chances are it's going to have a lot of momentum behind it, and it's just going to blast off in that direction. So there's a really good opportunity there, in my opinion. These are the types of breakouts that are usually really, really profitable. And we've seen Lulu go bonkers before. It had a huge swing about, last week, a few days before. So I don't know. I'm keeping an eye on Lulu this week. That's like my big thing. My other big thing is Roku has earnings this week. Roku's a monster. I've made a lot of money on Roku. It's good for swings.
Just for clarity reasons, you're not talking about sushi Roku. You're talking about the streaming device Roku?
I am talking about the streaming device Roku.
One of my favorite Japanese restaurants is called Sushi Roku.
I've been there a few times.
Yeah.
Coincidence? Not so sure. I
Okay.
think it's perhaps the gods willing that we get incredibly rich off Roku. So we'll find out.
Roku is not a Becky stock, right? This doesn't fit the classification.
No, Roku's definitely a different animal. Roku's an extraordinarily swingy tech stock in so many words. And every so often it gets the piss beat out of it because somebody says they've got a competing product coming, and all of a sudden it'll nosedive. But it'll go on like substantial, like 4 to 5, 6% swings on any given day. Like it loves to move. It's a huge dynamic swingy stock. So, I don't know what it's going to do. It's kind of mid-swing right now. It's closing, God, what is this? 3% up on Friday at close. That it might be at the top of its amplitude, but again, that.
Is this the stock that you're suggesting as a buy for our listeners and viewers?
In my opinion, it's a strong candidate for a buy.
Thomas, give the disclaimer, please.
Yeah, you got to nail that disclaimer.
I mean, absolutely 1,000% not investment advice. Nothing contained in this podcast should be considered as such. Any reference to Roku's future performance should not be construed as recommendation or guarantee of any specific outcome or profit. Thank you for coming to my TED
And
Talk.
if you want Thomas's great grandma's famous chicken soup recipe, send him a PM on Twitter. Alex,
let me ask you a question, Brandon.
Yes.
Sorry. Does anybody here own a Roku?
Well, I was just going to ask Alex.
You do? And do you like it, Thomas? I've been thinking about getting one. I just never did.
Oh, I used to own like the physical Roku, but I just have a Roku TV now, so it's just kind of.
What can you tell me?
It's just an embedded app in the new smart TVs.
Yeah, it's just
What does a Roku do? I know it's something with media streaming. I really don't know.
It basically just gives your TV an operating system that you can download apps onto, so you can have a
if I had
Netflix app, an Amazon app.
But if I had a smart TV, which I do, and all of them in the house are,
then it's redundant. Then no.
Okay, right. I have Netflix, Amazon, Hulu. I have everything on it. I don't need that.
You don't need it, no.
Okay.
Right.
No, Alex.
They do have some content channels. Or at least they were trying to like a year ago. I haven't looked at it.
Yeah, they buy the licensing to movies from like 15 years ago. The dollar bucket.
At the market, the one at the market.
Yeah, off the discount aisle.
Yeah.
Alex, the intern, do you have a Roku, or don't say which one? Do you own a Roku, or have you been to Sushi Roku? Just say you've done one, or have you done one of the two?
Yes, one or more applies to me.
Okay. Trader Ruski, looking at him, he's wearing pink flamingos on his beautiful top. What do you think is more likely, that he owns a Roku, or he's been to Sushi Roku, or both?
Well, he said one, I think, right? So
I said one or more, so
one or more. Okay, hold on.
Thank you.
Then I'll say.
Well, look at him. Try to get a read. Don't look off into that beautiful.
I know. I am. I'm just
a beautiful sunset in wine country.
I'm trying to think where Sushi Roku is in Vegas, and I think it's at the Paris or big
Caesars. Caesars Forum.
All right, then
I'll
say yes to both.
Okay, Alex lives in a big metropolitan city that has a Sushi Roku. Okay.
Oh, there must right.
But
Well,
I'm just saying.
I think he might have got dragged there with some friends that were going.
Okay, Alex.
I've never heard of Sushi Roku, but I do own a Roku.
God,
wow.
So hard to read. Hard to read. So hard to read.
I've stayed at Caesars many times.
Yeah, we should have known the kid goes to corn festivals. I mean, he's not really.
Yeah,
not for the high dining establishments,
Alex and I were doing a pre-show meeting about 4 days ago, and I'm like, okay, let's start the meeting. We get on the Zoom, and he's delivered this French food. He's having a steak or what was the French item he ordered, Alex? It's like he's having a French dinner delivered. So he's a
Bordelaise steak.
It's a Bordelaise steak. Do you know what a Bordelaise steak is?
Can't say I do.
All right, Trader Ruski, a Bordelaise steak.
Sounds like some French glaze or something.
There you go. Yeah.
Donatine, a Bordelaise steak.
Trader Ruski, French glaze all the way.
Alex, describe a Bordelaise steak for us. Properly made.
Some sort of French steak. Okay. I don't know exactly, but
come on with the glaze for the win.
Yes.
Trader Risky, we do have a car to give away, and I guess another $25 to throw in as well. And in order to do so, we do need a stock to follow for the week. As is tradition, one of our guests likes to pick one. I'm not going to put you on the spot right now, but take a minute or two to think about a company, a publicly traded one that you really like that we should follow for the week. Okay. If it's a Becky stock, all the better.
Yeah, let me think about it. I work with a lot of these companies. I'll try to give my insights.
All right, cool.
I just got a text from a 702 viewer. What do we call them? Are they viewers or listeners? I've never done a video. It's a
both.
viewer,
It's
right?
whatever.
Okay. So I just got a text from a real live 702 viewer, and this female wrote, Alex looks like a young Justin Bonomo, only cuter.
It's pretty nice.
I can see it.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Do I know this 702 number?
Yeah. Don't say no names, but
No.
I was at her house recently.
Okay. I know.
We were on speaker. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, there's a little controversy I had to clear up.
Yes,
Yeah,
she's watching. Yes. Oh, very, very cool. All right. Good stuff. So I'm sorry. So again, with the car, we're giving away is that what we're doing this week?
Dude, we're giving away a fucking car right here.
That's amazing.
The show's come a long way, guys. I mean, we're on episode 1. We're already giving away cars. You know,
what is the stereo system like in that car? Or entertainment system?
You know what? Actually, it has a Bose stereo system, so it has a very good stereo system.
Wow, nice.
All this can be yours. Just go to LOLstocks.com. Join the forum. We're going to put a thread up. Okay, you can guess a stock price, and this beautiful Mazda could be yours, and $25. So that can help you put a new tire on there so you can more easily drive it away.
Now, Trader Ruski, tell us, are you in the market at all currently?
For a car?
Are you in the market, just the stock market?
Am I in the market? No, just some mutual funds. That's about it.
Okay, now do you have any kind of advice or anything you want to share? Because
I think with Roku doing well, I think you should look at that whole space. TiVo, I don't know how they're doing now. They could certainly be an interesting company. And then a lot of the ad tech space, I know, is just growing huge. So some of the big companies there, Omnicom, Publicis, are like the 2 800-pound gorillas. Yeah, I mean, I'll be more prepared for the next time. But I did want to give props to Trader Ruski's cousin's kids, both of who are in the major leagues, and they played each other. One plays on the Rangers and one plays on the Giants, and one of them doubled and one hit a home run in the game last night or the night before.
Nice.
Wow.
And just to show you all, we have the brightest, most intelligent viewers out there. I got another text saying, and why the fuck is Thomas in a basement? I mean, who has a basement in Vegas anyhow? And then I replied, of course. What do you think I replied, Thomas?
I
told the truth. Well, I wrote, because of Daniel. Daniel said the other day he was a nerd locked in a basement. LOL, oh my God, then it's hilarious.
Where else am I going to obsess over, other men and make videos about them?
Now, Trader Rich, did you know this? What's going on with the Negreanu, Doug Pope thing?
I do. I did not see the background. I mean, I didn't get the background of the basement, but I think that is definitely hilarious.
Because Negreanu called him a nerd in the basement.
I know. Sorry. Yeah.
Oh my God. Now, one other thing that I guess is notable. Now, what we did this week, guys, viewers, is on Thursday, I think it was, Friday, we all had a meeting, and we all said, we're going to come up with 3 real noteworthy topics each, meaning myself, Jason, Alex, and Thomas. And we were going to put them in a virtual hat right next to our virtual cable that we're going to get delivered, and we were going to come up with the best 3 ideas that were newsworthy, entertaining, and we were going to discuss it on the LOLstocks official podcast. So we did this. Thomas actually created the software to have a virtual hat in this meeting. The ideas all went in it, and the best idea we came up with, and this just shows you, I guess it hasn't been a real newsworthy week, was Alex wanted to talk about a very newsworthy documentary. Now it's from 2016, but don't let that fool you.
Right.
So at this point, I'm gonna turn it over to Alex. Please.
Actually,
Alex,
before he jumps into that, let's just go ahead and watch the trailer because I do have that queued up. I have not seen this yet, so
I knew nothing about it, but that's all the little buddies talked about the last 24 hours.
Yeah, or I can describe it and then you can play the trailer.
Okay, let's do it that way. Let him describe it and then let's play the trailer. Alex, the intern, the floor is yours.
Yeah, so I watched a documentary that is about the sport of competitive endurance tickling, which is an obscure sport that not everybody knows a lot about, and pretty much competitive endurance tickling it's not what you think. There's a dark side to people tickling each other, and no troll, there's been people who have had their lives ruined because of competitive tickling.
Do they have performance enhancing drugs in this sport? Is there anything you can do to get an edge, like numbing gel or something like that?
I would think that would possibly help out. But
now
it really is an interesting documentary.
Let's go ahead and roll the trailer.
Please.
Okay.
I can't say I've ever interviewed anyone that looks like you before.
Really?
I've made a career out of looking at the weird and bizarre side of life.
It's quite a kick.
So when I discovered a strange video online, I knew I'd found my next story.
CET, Competitive Endurance Tickling Group we got here.
Competitive endurance tickling. It was one of the strangest sports I'd seen. So I told Jane O'Brien Media I'd like to do an interview. Instead of getting a yes or no, I got this.
Association with a homosexual journalist is not something we will embrace. Shame on you.
Little gay Kiwis.
Regards, Jane O'Brien Media.
It was hard to take the insult seriously, considering the sport did seem slightly gay. This tickling wormhole was getting deeper.
I mean, obviously it's just for fun.
Is it just for fun? It's tickling.
You know, I was young at the time, didn't think nothing of it. And I was like, $2,000, that's gonna be cool.
I mean, imagine being a teenage boy. She would just keep sending them whatever they wanted.
She offered my one buddy a Chevy Cruze and $30,000. The money's endless.
This tickling empire is way bigger than we ever imagined.
They have tickle cells all over the U.S. They're everywhere.
And at some point, these boys say, I'm done. The thing that she hates the most was no. It was like a bomb went off.
Your phone number and your personal information are entirely known and subject to publication on the internet.
All hell broke loose.
All of a sudden, these videos are on YouTube, Vimeo.
All right, I'm gonna stop it right there.
I wish you wouldn't have. That was amazing.
I
might actually watch it now.
This looks like a joke.
It's not a joke. There really are tickle cells all over the country.
Cells? They're called cells?
Listen,
Yes,
there's tickle cells all over that you don't even know
It's
about.
a multi-million.
Yep.
The money's endless, he said.
And if you're not
There's
safe,
a lot of money involved.
if you're not safe,
and-
you easily can develop tickle cell anemia. Or no? Okay, sorry. Go on, Alex.
This looks like a parody of a
It
documentary.
looks like a parody, but
Alex,
it's
did
real.
you sat through a whole entire parody documentary and you thought it was
not
real?
parody.
Is what I think happened here.
No.
Is it real for our listeners that want
Yes,
maybe
it's not a troll. It's real.
give us a recap of what you saw?
I mean, really, what it's about is about control and what you can do to people if you have a lot of money.
And when you say there's
It-
tickle
it-
cells,
it gets disturbing.
What does a tickle cell mean?
Well, you know, it's a location where, you know, tickling happens. I think it's pretty self-explanatory.
They call it a cell?
Yeah. I mean,
it's competitive? Is it one-on-one where like you're trying to not tap out for the longest time, or
you know, I don't want to give too much away, but
I don't think
it's a dark world. It's
okay. Now, obviously, you're more of an expert. You're more of an expert than anyone else on this show is. If you looked at me, you look at Thomas, you look at Traderuski, and you look at Sonatine, who would be most likely among the four of us to falter first in a one-on-one tickle match?
Traderuski is going to be the first to go. I can tell he's a ticklish man.
See, and I thought the question was who would be in the tickling community. And Brandon with his.
Yes, you too.
I'm like, that's Brandon for sure. With that outfit, he could just go right in.
But just to be clear, this isn't a troll.
It's not a troll. I mean, if you want to finish the trailer, I mean, it gets pretty.
I think it was probably too loud. Let me just turn it down, and yeah, we'll finish it right now.
Someone got offered a Chevy
And every other site you could imagine.
Sending emails to the high school that I coach at.
What do you think your mother's gonna think about this?
We're shooting a documentary.
I understand what you think you're doing.
If you want to stick your head in the blast furnace, do it.
Jane O'Brien's a ghost.
Okay, let's go.
Why is there a hawk?
I'm breathing heavily.
Yes, Sam. We could hear laughter coming out of the vents.
We've been spotted.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
So there you have it.
I can't.
It's a dark world.
I can't take this seriously at all.
I know it's hard to take seriously.
Even there's random stock footage. There's like you guys couldn't see it through the Zoom call. But there's like a hawk swooping down and grabbing a squirrel. Was this in the documentary, Alex?
Yeah. I don't recall that scene. I don't know what that's from.
It looks like a joke.
It's a metaphor for what's going on.
A long-time viewer of ours just sent this to me. This is no joke. If you thought it was impossible to die of laughter and that tickling was always harmless and some joke, you're dead wrong. This horrible torture method can lead to death by aneurysm. It may sound like a joke, but tickling is a legitimate torture method that's been used since the beginning of time, and in most extreme cases can even result in death.
I don't doubt that. Like I'm sure you could do some damage to people if you tickle them against their will.
Yeah.
Those
might be training grounds for like a Al Qaeda cell or something. They start with the tickling, then they get into the dark underworld.
I'm convinced it comes off as a joke.
I can assure you, it's not a joke.
Donatine, if you had to die by either tickling to death or drowning, which one would you pick?
Oof. I'm going with drowning.
All right. Little buddy, Alex, if you had to die by either tickling or being mauled by sharks in the ocean,
Right.
what would you pick?
You know what? I want to go laughing, so I want to go with tickling.
All right, Thomas, either alligators in the humid Everglades of Florida or tickling. What do you pick?
I'll take the alligators.
All right.
Alligators will be faster.
Trader Risky, death by starvation.
Here's a slow death.
Death by starvation, although you are given water until your death, or tickling. Which one do you pick?
I'd take tickling. Be faster.
I think I would too. Yeah. All
I
right.
think he's kind of into it too.
Now, Alex, do you think that this tickling documentary never blew up only because of the timing? Meaning, if there was a pandemic in 2016 instead of now, would we be hearing about that instead of this Tiger King stuff?
I think it did pretty well. It got nominated for some awards, so I think quite a few people have seen it.
What awards, Alex? I think sometimes you're just saying things just to say it.
Oh, the documentary won a Critics' Choice Award.
A Critics' Choice Award?
Yeah, it's a very prestigious. It's like the Oscars, but maybe one step below that.
So anyhow, you would give it the Alex the Intern thumbs up for our viewers to watch?
I mean, look, if somebody tells you there's tickle cells all across the country, you're going to want to know more about that.
So Thomas and I living in Vegas, around us without even knowing, in our neighborhoods, our communities, you're saying there's 1,000% tickle cells?
I don't know if they're in your community, but you could easily be living next to a tickle cell and not even know it.
Okay, I don't even know if this is. Thomas, is this real?
That would be Vegas.
Why are they so clandestine and secret? They're not doing anything illegal, right?
They're not doing anything illegal. The person behind it very much Jane O'Brien wants to remain anonymous. And if you're in her tickle videos and then you do anything that offends her, she's going to try to ruin your life.
Oh, it's a woman that's the ringleader of all this.
Well, it's Jane O'Brien, but nobody knows who Jane O'Brien is. So.
Okay, because it seems very homoerotic and gay, and I assume that's like what the appeal is.
I mean, there's nothing gay about some attractive college age guys tickling each other.
It's pretty gay.
It's no. It's not gay at all.
Okay.
It's actually a very homophobic sport. So it's the furthest thing from that.
Oh well, okay. So
all right.
it's an actual sport. Like there's some kind of competition involved.
Yeah, highly competitive, and there's a lot of money involved. So.
You know what I did see? I don't know if anybody saw it on. I think it was on ESPN or ABC or something. I guess they're the same. The darts World Series of Darts.
I've actually wagered on that before.
I mean, it's unreal. Like the crowds.
Well, it's funny you say that because with this pandemic, right when it started, there was no wagering in the United States or anywhere in the United States or the world in sports. Then events started coming back overseas. There was ping pong where you could I could literally, even now, it's still there, but now there's U.S. sports back. But up until then, you could literally log in from your home into a Vegas casino, whether it's a Wynn Sportsbook or MGM, and you could bet on ping pong matches in Russia. You could bet on dart tournaments in the UK and in other places in Europe.
Darts is incredibly popular in the UK.
Yeah,
Competitive darts?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like a legit sport.
So I literally put like $5 on someone that was like 30-1. I can even tell you his last name. It was Gurney. And he had won like 8 years ago, but he was like now he's like a burnt out.
He's washed up.
He's like the Sam Grizzle of the darts
Right.
world. Like he was good way back in the day, but a hard like bar, like because you're in bars all the time. It's hard living,
Right.
So I put like $5 on him at 40-1, 60-1, and he did no good. Not even like past the first. He didn't even make.
Yeah,
the
he's a
bullseye.
washed up dart player.
Yep.
Well, the whole story was about this guy who was like, the Tiger Woods of darts.
The Phil Ivey of
And then-
darts.
And then I think he had lost. Oh, right. And then he had lost. And then he came back and won. It was unbelievable. The crowds. I think he was Scottish, maybe. Anyway,
I don't know much in terms of how to handicap professional darts, but it's definitely.
and I think what dropped tonight, which I just saw a couple minutes of, is the Go-Go's documentary on Showtime.
That's gonna be
I'm assuming Alex hasn't heard of the Go-Go's. Sorry, Santi.
I assume it's about go-go dancers, but I don't know nothing about it.
Well, tell
It's
us,
a band.
Traderisky, what is the documentary about, or the show?
It's about the Go-Go's, the band.
No, I know,
I'm
but
sure.
what? Like just.
I guess just about their whole story and how they got where they are. You probably heard Alex. We got the beat.
No.
Yes, I'm familiar with that.
That's the Go-Go's.
They started like Belinda. Belinda Carlisle as the drummer for the Germs in LA, in literally a prototype LA hardcore punk band, and she split and started a girl band, and then they became like the biggest pop band in the world, and then a video came out where they were fucking a groupie with a dildo, male groupie who was like semi-passed out, and the world canceled them hard. It did not go over well. There's a story there and then some. The Go-Go's documentary is a huge thumbs up on principle.
Now, speaking again of documentaries, I just got another text. So just our community, they're so interactive with us. Now it's the same person that sent me all the texts, but still, they want to know: this is true? Is this Tickle documentary something similar to the Blair Witch Project? Yeah. Where you're supposed to not know, or there's some question as if it's real, or is this clearly real?
It's clearly real. You can verify it. And if you want to watch the documentary, it's on Hulu.
Well, I'm looking at the Wikipedia article now, and it appears to be real. Like, one of the people sued for defamation and slander.
Oh, there's been a lot of lawsuits over it.
And yeah. So I mean,
all of a sudden, Alex is an expert.
Well, I watched the documentary on it. I know a little bit about it.
What did someone get offered a car? We heard that in the trailer. What was that about? For Tickle, a Chevy something brand new.
Yeah, just for being in a Tickle video. But you could get a lot of money if you're.
How long does one have to be tickled for?
Could be whatever, however long it takes to make a video.
Okay. Hold on. So it's not a. There's a market for selling these tickling videos.
It's a big money losing sport, meaning they pay the people in these videos way more than they take in. It's not about making money.
Like a fetish.
So what's it about? If it's not about making money,
the fetish, isn't it?
It's this Jane O'Brien person who has problems and has a lot of money, and is going to use that money to try to exert some control over people.
It's a rich gay man.
How much you want to bet these things sell like hotcakes in Japan? She just doesn't want to get
You're probably right. Well, listen, folks. I guess we got to wind things down. We're right at our time limit.
Well, before we do that, we still need to pick a stock. So if Traderisky has not come up with one yet, I'll give him. I can give you some options. Okay. I've been on Market Watch and I've been looking at some things. I typed in tickling in the search bar, and I did find a stock called TK Ling Partners, which is on. What stock exchanges? This is on the New York Stock Exchange. So, TKLNG or corn. Symbol CORN. Tucrium Corn Fund. Do either of these really stand out to you?
Does TK Ling have anything to do with TikTok, or do you know anything about it? Or
let me search real quick.
And also look up the parent company of Mazda Motors.
Oh no, that's
yeah,
not
Mazda Motors is doing.
TK Ling is headquartered in Bermuda, and it's one of the world's largest marine energy transportation, storage, and production companies. It's a regional. It's a shipping company.
And what's the stock?
What's the symbol?
Yeah, the symbol.
I can't find it on here. What is it? TK LNG.
How Mazda Motors is only $2.97 a share? That's what I'm saying here.
Oh, maybe it's
Day.
oh, it's TG. It's TGP. Is the symbol?
I say let's buy some Mazda stock.
Yeah, I see it took a big dip. But, I think in that transportational space, agricultural glass and framing, if they're doing anything around like the COVID things to protect people, like working, and I would think that'd be a hot area.
Which one are you referring to, Traderski?
Is that TGP America? Is that the stock?
It's just TGP.
Okay. But do you know what the company name is?
Yeah, the company name is TK LNG.
It is that TK Lane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't want. I mean,
all right, we're gonna pass on TK.
Pass on me though.
Okay.
On that one. Yeah.
How are we feeling about Tecurium corn?
What do you say, cream of corn?
Corn or Mazda? It's a coin flip now. We're down to we got.
Frederick, you got to pick for us. Look at Mazda.
I think with Mazda, I don't think you can go wrong if it's 2 and change, right?
Well, it could be 1 and 2.
What's the last few months look like?
Oh, terrible! They've lost billions of dollars because of the pandemic.
Right.
Everybody's crashing their cars.
But does it look like it
let's see.
bottomed and is now going up? Let me see.
Mazda has had record losses. The second quarter was record losses.
Okay.
That can't be good.
Well, hey, there's only if it's that bad, there's only one way for it to go, and that's up.
Exactly. It looks like it's certainly on an upward trend.
Mazda braces for record annual operating losses as car sales slump.
Perfect.
Yeah.
The record Mazda lost too.
Yeah, and then now they can get rid of all the dead weight.
Yeah.
Before we announce our choice, Thomas, can you please give them the disclaimer?
Oh, yes, absolutely. So, once again, all investment strategies and investments do involve risk of loss. Nothing in this podcast, absolutely nothing, should be construed as investment advice. Any reference to investments, past or potential performance should not be construed as a recommendation, as a guarantee of any specific outcome or profit. Thank you.
And if you want the recipe for Thomas's great-grandmother's chicken soup, what is it on Twitter?
It's on there somewhere.
Okay. So, Traderski, what is the verdict? What are we going with, corn or Mazda?
I think Mazda.
Okay.
So
MZDAF is the stock. And hey, now you can win a Mazda if you can guess the stock price of Mazda.
But they have to come get it. Let's make that clear.
You do have to pick the car. We're not going to ship it out to you.
Oh, but Thomas, I was looking at that, which is different than what you're showing on the... I'm seeing it on the YouTube. I mean, I'm seeing it on the YouTube also, but I saw the...
MZDAY.
Right.
MZDAY.
There's two different.
Yeah, that's right. I think that one is probably the one we want to go with.
I'm looking at the one that was $2.97.
Yeah, it was $2.90 exactly.
Oh, my mistake. Sorry about that. Okay. So, just to be clarified, Traderski has selected MZDAY.
Correct.
So we're gonna go to the LOLstocks Stockiments forum, and we're going to guess what the price of this stock will be by the closing bell on Friday.
What's the deadline to enter?
Yeah. I've been thinking about that too, Alex.
Okay.
We are gonna have to put a cutoff, right? Because we don't want people on like Friday at noon, making like more educated guesses. So, what do you guys think about that? When should the cutoff be?
24 hours.
24 hours from now?
We give until the opening on Tuesday.
Okay, Salatin, you're the CEO. What do you think the cutoff should be?
I think it's reasonable. I think Tuesday open bell is a good time. And
Okay,
that could
24 hours? 30 hours?
Get super informed about the stock.
It's like 36 hours from now is how much time you have. So, okay, we're giving away $25 and a car. Excuse me?
Mazda.
Yeah, you get a Mazda for Mazda. So,
nice little tie in there. All right, Sonatine, obviously the market is opening in a little over 12 hours from now. Is there anything you want to close the show out with? Any predictions? Anything you expect to see this week?
Fucking Godspeed. It's an argument for everything at this point. So, you want to be safe, sleep on cash.
Any big companies announcing any of their quarterly earnings or anything this week? Stuff like that?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's like the Roku thing has really got my attention right now.
The sushi place or the other one?
The non-edible Roku.
Oh, the streaming thing.
Yeah, the electric one.
But if everyone has one now, basically, like, don't all new TVs have the smart, the player basically built in?
So, food for thought, Roku has a platform that actually introduces ads, and they get to cull data from what you do. So there's two independent data-driven revenue streams in Roku that makes it incredibly attractive. It's far more than a streaming device. The second that thing goes online, it starts earning Roku money. Behavior profiling, data profile, the whole thing. They've got their fingers in pretty much every seedy little data pool. So they're making money hand over fist on that stuff. Consider that when you look at like that stock value. So a timely...
Yeah. I'll tell you a couple other things I just thought of. Like Ring Central's interesting. I know they're coming out because Verizon just bought Blue Jeans. That was a pretty good video. I don't know if anybody used Blue Jeans, but it had a pretty good. Zoom I think is really good. But then there's going to be beyond Zoom. Ring Central's definitely working on that. Other companies in that space. I just think, and then the Slacks and, the other tools, while I think people are working at home, those are just areas to watch for sure. And then just looking at the companies and where they came from. Like the Roku guy, I think was the CTO of TiVo when he split and started Roku. And their whole metadata thing, like that's where they are, and that's the money. That's the ad tech and all that stuff, Especially now, strapped in front of their computers, so they can just basically tell us where to go,
Real easy money alert. When Verizon finally goes live with that Blue Jean product or whatever, like when they finally take it out of beta and announce, short Zoom. Every time anybody enters into the market with a competing offering for Zoom, their stock drops like 15% in 10 minutes. It's glorious. It's the safest play. And it always comes back up the next day, so... have fun.
Interesting. Very interesting. Alex the intern, what do you have going on this week? Do you have any closing comments?
I got to take care of this Mazda and make sure it's looking good for when somebody comes to pick it up. Other than that, not much going on. Any
chance you're going to be leaving your Midwest hub for any other vegetable-themed park?
No, I mean, I won't be going back to the Corn Palace until next year, so I got a year to prepare.
The thing is, and a lot of you are going to be watching this, and you're going to think he's trolling. The thing that's crazy, or sad, interesting, whatever you want to call it, is he's not trolling. He'll be back there this time next year, health providing. Okay, and what about you, Thomas? Any closing things? Anything exciting you have coming up?
Not really. Nothing to announce. Just tune in next week. We're going to announce the winner of this brand new, not brand new, but this almost new car. Lightly used car. I'm actually very excited for that. So if that's all for tonight, then we will see you next week. Thank you for tuning in to LOLstocks podcast.
And thank you all for listening in the chat. We have, Matt Glantz is in the chat. Very nice.
Hey, thanks for having me, fellas. Hey, good luck, Larry Laffer, for the car. He's in Chicago. He can get off the bike and go right over there and get it, right?
Shout out
That'd be an upgrade. Bike to car.
Thank you all for listening. I hope you enjoyed.